What if I told you that there is a group of professionals who know the secrets to keeping any kitchen impeccable, even in the most challenging situations? I'm talking about the maids in five-star hotels, the ones who have to leave hundreds of rooms and common areas absolutely perfect every day, without exception. Have you ever wondered how they manage to do this so efficiently? The truth is that these professionals have developed unique methods over the years, techniques that have been tested and approved in environments where the demands are the highest. And today, you will discover exactly what these secrets are. If you're tired of spending hours cleaning your kitchen and it still never looks the way you want it to, or if you feel like you're always running out of time and never seem to get everything organized, this video will completely change your perspective. I'll reveal 10 professional methods that will transform your cleaning routine forever. What you're about to learn isn't just a bunch of common tips you'll find anywhere. These are real strategies used by people who work under pressure and need guaranteed results. And if you don't learn these techniques, you'll continue to waste precious time and get frustrated with a kitchen that never really gets clean. Get ready, because by the end of this video, you will have in your hands the knowledge that only the best professionals in the field have. Let's get started. Tip 1. The 5-minute rule at the end of the day. The first thing every professional housekeeper learns is that true cleaning happens in the details of everyday life, not just in the big weekend cleaning sprees. That's why they developed a simple but revolutionary rule. Dedicate just 5 minutes at the end of each use of the kitchen to leave everything ready for the next time. The problem that this technique solves is the constant accumulation of dirt that builds up over the days. You know how it is, right? You cook and wash a few things, but there's always something left over for later. A dirty cloth here, a half-clean counter there, a stove that's got spills on it. At the end of the week, you look at your kitchen and it looks like it needs a complete makeover. The practical application is quite simple. As soon as you're done using the kitchen, whether it's to make a snack or a full meal, you dedicate exactly 5 minutes to doing a thorough sweep. First, you wipe down all surfaces with a damp cloth, including the countertops, stovetop, and even the sides of appliances. Then you organize everything that's out of place, putting each item back in its proper place. Finally, you take a quick look at the floor and remove any crumbs or spills. The direct benefits of this are impressive. First, you'll never again feel that sense of despair when you look at your kitchen. Second, when you do need to do a deep clean, it will take half the time it normally does. And third, your kitchen will always be presentable for unexpected guests. It's like having a cleaning crew working in your house every day. But really, it's just you being strategic with your time. Tip 2. The zone cleaning system. The second technique that professional housekeepers master is dividing the kitchen into specific zones, each with its own cleaning routine. This may seem complicated, but it actually makes your life much easier because you have a clear plan of what to do at any given time. The biggest problem many people face is that feeling of not knowing where to start when they look at a messy kitchen. You stand there, lost, not knowing whether to start with the sink, the stove, or the countertop. The result? You waste precious time and energy just trying to decide what to do first. In practice, you will divide your kitchen into 4 main zones. The first is the wet zone, which includes the sink, dishwasher, and surrounding area. The second is the hot zone, which is the stove, oven, and microwave. The third is the cold zone, which is the refrigerator and freezer. And the fourth is the dry zone, which is the countertops, cabinets, and food preparation area. Each zone has its own day of the week for more thorough cleaning. For example, Monday might be wet zone day, when you'll pay special attention to the sink and dish racks. Tuesday might be hot zone day, when you'll clean the inside of the oven and stove burners more thoroughly, and so on. The result is that you will never again have to dedicate an entire day to cleaning the entire kitchen at once. Each day you take care of a specific area, keeping everything in order. What's more, you develop an automatic routine, and after a few weeks, you no longer need to think about what to do. Your brain already knows exactly which area needs attention each day. Tip 3. The damp cloth technique. Always at hand, the third strategy used by professional housekeepers is to always keep a slightly damp cloth within reach while working in the kitchen. It may seem silly, but this small change in habit makes a huge difference in the final result of the cleaning. The problem this solves is that vicious cycle of letting little messes build up. You're chopping vegetables and a little bit falls on the floor, but your hands are full and you think, "I'll pick it up later." You stir the sauce and it spills on the counter, but you put the cloth away and leave it to clean up later. By the end of half an hour of cooking, you've got 10 little messes lying around that will take a lot more effort to remove. The application is very simple. Before starting any activity in the kitchen, take a clean cloth, moisten it slightly with warm water, and place it in a strategic position, always within reach. It can be hung on your shoulder, folded at your waist, or simply placed on the counter closest to where you are working. During the entire food preparation or cleaning process, any dirt that appears is immediately removed with this cloth. Did you spill oil on the counter? A quick wipe and it's done. Did you get crumbs on the floor? You can remove them right away. Did you get a stain on the cabinet door? Instant cleaning. The benefits are impressive. First, you save at least half the time you would spend cleaning everything at the end. Second, you prevent dirt from sticking to surfaces, which is always difficult to remove. Third, you maintain a professional standard of cleanliness throughout the entire process. It's like having an invisible assistant taking care of every detail while you focus on what really matters. Before we move on to the next tip, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any secrets like the ones I'm sharing today. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing where in the world you're following this content from. Now let's move on to the next tip, which is one of my favorites. Tip 4. The preventative cleaning method. The fourth technique that 5-star housekeepers master is preventive cleaning, which means they create barriers that prevent dirt from forming, instead of just reacting when it has already settled in. This change in mindset completely revolutionizes the way you approach the maintenance of your kitchen. The problem that many people face is that they are always chasing after dirt. You clean it today, and tomorrow it is dirty again. You clean the counter, and the next day there are already stains. You organize the cabinets, and the next week everything is messy again. It is a tiring cycle that consumes a lot of time and energy. Preventative cleaning works by creating systems that make it harder for dirt to build up. For example, you can line your cabinet shelves with contact paper or clear plastic so that when you need to clean them, you can simply replace the lining instead of scrubbing the wood. You can place absorbent mats under the sink and around the stove to catch spills before they reach the floor. Another preventive strategy is to use clear, well-sealed containers to store dry foods such as sugar, flour, and spices. This will prevent them from spilling inside the cabinets and keep everything visible and organized. You can also install adhesive hooks on the sides of the cabinets to hang cloths and small utensils, preventing them from being thrown around on the countertops. The result of this approach is that you spend much less time cleaning and much more time enjoying your kitchen. Surfaces stay clean for much longer. Organization becomes second nature, and you develop an environment that practically maintains itself. It's like having a kitchen that works for you instead of against you. Tip 5. The 3-part strategy. The fifth professional technique is a simple but extremely effective organizational system called the 3-bin strategy. Experienced housekeepers have found that having 3 specific bins on hand at all times while cleaning dramatically speeds up the entire process and ensures that nothing gets forgotten. The problem this solves is the mental confusion that happens when you're cleaning and organizing at the same time. You pick up an item that doesn't belong in the kitchen, stop to think about where to put it, get distracted, forget what you were doing, and before you know it, you've lost focus and lost your work rhythm. The result? A task that should have taken 20 minutes ends up taking an hour. The practical application is quite straightforward. You separate 3 different containers, which can be boxes, bags, or baskets that you have at home. The first is for items that belong in the kitchen but are in the wrong place. The second is for things that don't belong in the kitchen and need to be taken to other rooms. The third is for items that need to be discarded or donated. Throughout the cleaning and organizing process, anything you find out of place goes straight into one of these 3 containers. No need to stop and think, no need to leave the kitchen in the middle of your work, no need to interrupt your flow. You simply put it in the appropriate container and continue with your task. Once you've finished cleaning the kitchen, you'll need to deal with the 3 containers. First, redistribute the items from container 1 to their correct places in the kitchen. Then, take container 2 to the other rooms and distribute each item in its place. Finally, discard or donate the items from container 3. The benefits are immediate. You stay focused and on track throughout the cleaning process. You don't get distracted by secondary decisions. You save time and energy, and you ensure that your entire home is more organized, not just the kitchen. Tip 6. The secret to cleaning from the bottom up. The 6th technique that sets professional housekeepers apart from ordinary people is the correct application of the physical principle of gravity when cleaning. They always start at the lowest points and gradually work their way up, which may seem counterintuitive, but there is a scientific logic behind it. The mistake most people make is to start cleaning the highest areas first. They clean the upper cabinets, then the countertops, then the lower cabinets, and finally the floor. The problem is that while cleaning the higher areas, crumbs, dust, and spills of cleaning products fall onto the areas that have already been cleaned, forcing you to clean everything again. The correct technique always starts with the floor. You sweep, mop, and leave the floor completely clean. Then move on to the lower cabinets, cleaning inside and out. Next, take care of the countertops and appliances that sit on them. Finally, clean the upper cabinets and all the higher surfaces. This way, any dirt that falls while cleaning the high areas will fall onto areas that haven't been cleaned yet, so you don't waste any work. When you get to the end, everything will be really clean, without the need for touch-ups or a second pass. An extra tip for this technique is to use a handheld vacuum cleaner or a small brush to remove crumbs and dust from the cabinets before wiping them with a damp cloth. This will prevent dirt from spreading and sticking to wet surfaces. The result is a much more efficient cleaning experience, where every movement has a purpose and nothing needs to be redone. You save time, cleaning products, and physical effort, and you achieve a much higher standard of cleaning than you could achieve before. Tip 7. The 15-minute timer technique. The 7th strategy used by professional housekeepers is the smart use of time through the 15-minute timer technique. This approach completely changes your perception of the time needed to keep your kitchen spotless and eliminates the feeling that cleaning is a never-ending task. The problem that many people face is that they put off cleaning the kitchen because they think it will take hours to get everything in order. You look at the messy kitchen and think, I don't have time for this today, so you put it off until the weekend. When the weekend comes, the situation is even worse, and it will actually take hours to fix. The timer technique works like this. You set an alarm clock or timer to go off in exactly 15 minutes, and during that time, you dedicate yourself intensively to a specific cleaning task. It could be organizing just one cupboard, cleaning just the countertop and sink, or focusing exclusively on the stove and oven. The key to success is intensity and focus. During those 15 minutes, you don't answer the phone, you don't get distracted by other things, you don't stop to talk. It's you against the clock, working at your maximum pace to achieve the best possible result in that limited time. The interesting thing is that when the timer goes off, you're often surprised at how much you've accomplished. Often, tasks that you thought would take an entire hour can be completed in 15 minutes of focused work. And even if you don't finish completely, you've made significant progress that makes it much easier to continue the next day. The benefits of this technique are multiple. First, it breaks down the mental resistance to getting started, because 15 minutes seems short and manageable. Second, it develops efficiency and focus, because you know you only have a limited amount of time. Third, it creates a sense of achievement and constant progress, because you always manage to complete something. And fourth, it keeps your kitchen at an acceptable level of organization, because you never let things pile up too much. Tip 8. The concentrated product system. The 8th technique that 5-star housekeepers have mastered is the strategic use of concentrated, multi-purpose cleaning products. They have discovered that having fewer, higher quality, more versatile products is much more efficient than having a huge arsenal of specific products for each situation. The problem this solves is the chaos of cleaning products that many people have under the sink or in the cleaning cupboard. One product for glass, another for wood, another for stainless steel, another for ceramic, another for plastic. In the end, you spend a fortune on products, take up a lot of storage space, and still waste time looking for the right product for each surface. The professional strategy is to work with a maximum of 3 or 4 high-quality concentrated products. A concentrated neutral detergent that works on most surfaces, a concentrated degreaser for heavier situations, a disinfectant that also works as a stain remover, and a product specifically for glass and mirrors. The practical application is to prepare diluted solutions of these concentrates in different spray bottles, each labeled for its specific use. For example, you might dilute mild detergent in 3 different concentrations: a weaker one for daily cleaning, a medium one for weekly cleaning, and a stronger one for heavy-duty cleaning. In addition to saving money in the long run, because concentrates yield much more, you also save space and time. You don't have to look for which product to use for each situation, because their products are versatile and meet multiple needs. Another important advantage is that you know your products well and know exactly how each one behaves on different surfaces. This gives you confidence and agility when cleaning, because you don't have to test or worry about whether the product will damage something. Before I move on to the next tip, I want to tell you about something special I prepared for those who want to go beyond this video. It's a complete guide with organization secrets that completely transform my home and can transform yours too. The link is in the pinned comment, and for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount for channel subscribers. Now let's continue with the next tips, which are some of my favorites. Tip 9. The nighttime maintenance strategy. The 9th technique used by professional housekeepers is to establish a specific 5-minute nighttime routine that prepares the kitchen for the next day. This small routine, when done consistently, can completely eliminate that unpleasant feeling of waking up to a messy kitchen in the morning. The problem this solves is starting the day feeling discouraged and behind schedule because of the state of the kitchen. You wake up wanting to have a nice cup of coffee or prepare a special breakfast for the family, but you find the sink full of dishes, dirty countertops, and a general mess that needs to be sorted out before anything else. The result? Your day starts off stressful and rushed. The nighttime routine is very simple and always follows the same sequence. First, you wash all the dishes that were used during the day and leave them to drain or dry and put away. Second, you wipe all the countertops, stove, and surfaces that were used with a damp cloth. Third, you sweep the floor quickly and remove any visible debris. Fourth, you organize everything that is out of place, putting each item back in its proper place. Fifth, you prepare some items for breakfast, such as getting the coffee maker ready to be turned on or setting out the cups and plates. The key to making this routine work is to make it an automatic habit, like brushing your teeth before bed. You don't think about whether you're going to do it or not. You just do it because it's part of your nighttime routine. And since it's only 5 minutes, it doesn't feel like a huge effort at the end of the day. The benefits are immediate and long-lasting. First, you wake up every day to a presentable and functional kitchen. Second, it saves you precious time in the morning when everyone is usually in a rush. Third, it maintains a consistent pattern of organization that makes all other cleaning tasks easier. Fourth, It creates a sense of control and well-being that positively influences your mood and disposition. Plus, when you have unexpected guests over, your kitchen is always ready to show off, which boosts your confidence and reduces social stress. It's like having the assurance that at least one room in your home will always be spotless. Tip 10. The moving clean method. The 10th and final technique of 5-star housekeepers is cleaning on the go, a strategy that integrates small cleaning and organizing actions into your natural movements around the kitchen during your normal daily activities. This technique turns you into an efficiency machine without having to dedicate extra time to cleaning. The problem this solves is the perception that cleaning and normal life are two separate and conflicting activities. Many people think they need to stop everything they are doing to dedicate themselves exclusively to cleaning, which creates resistance and procrastination. The result? Cleaning always gets put off until later, and when it finally gets done, it becomes a big event that takes up a lot of time and energy. Cleaning on the go works by taking advantage of each trip to the kitchen to do at least a small maintenance action. For example, when you go to get a glass of water, take the opportunity to put away 1 or 2 things that are out of place. When you go to get a snack, quickly wipe down the countertop. When you go to throw something in the trash, take the opportunity to check if it needs to be replaced. The key is to develop an opportunity mindset. Every time you walk into the kitchen, your brain automatically looks for small improvements that can be made without extra effort. Within seconds, you identify and take an action that contributes to the overall organization of the space. Another practical application is during meal preparation. While you wait for the water to boil, you wash the utensils you have already used. While the food is in the oven, you organize the seasonings and clean the surfaces you have dirty. While you wait for the coffee to brew, you dry and put away the dishes in the drainer. The result is impressive because the maintenance happens so naturally and is integrated into your routine that you don't even notice the effort. Your kitchen stays constantly organized without you having to dedicate specific blocks of time to cleaning. It's as if you've developed an organizational superpower that works automatically. The benefits of this technique go far beyond a clean kitchen. You develop an efficiency mindset that extends to other areas of your life, learn to make better use of small chunks of time, and create a home environment that functions harmoniously and without stress. Now you know the 10 secrets of 5-star maids to keep your kitchen spotless. These techniques were developed and tested by professionals who work under pressure and need guaranteed results every day. They are not just theories, they are practical methods that really work. The most important thing is to start by implementing one technique at a time. Choose the one that makes the most sense for your current situation and practice it for a week until it becomes second nature. Then add the second technique and so on. In a few months, you will have completely transformed your relationship with cleaning and organizing your kitchen. Remember that an organized kitchen is not just about aesthetics, it is about quality of life. When your space is in order, your mind is also at peace and you can better enjoy family time and the meals you prepare with care. If this video was useful to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive more content like this. And tell me in the comments, which of these techniques will you start using first? I'm curious to know which one caught your attention the most. Until the next video, and remember, your impeccable kitchen is just a few techniques away.